Well, we're here in Muscle Catch Studios. We're hoping the GoPro lasts before it falls down. It's fallen down about 3 times in our warm-ups, Jimbo. How you going? Did you get any sleep last night, Jim? Speak to the people.
A little bit.
Yeah. Another late night show. The live stream boys, a raging success. We had some Outback QB listeners call in and talk all sorts of things. Dos, you, as you put it on the screen, you're in the witness protection program again. We can only see your leg.
Yeah, Yep.
It's a great muscly looking leg, though.
It's a good calf, isn't it?
I've
quad.
It feels exaggerated, I think, with the position I'm sitting.
Even
in.
It's the lights. It's like gym lights in here. Yeah. You're sitting a little differently to normal, Chris. You normally have your little knees bowed in, and
well, it's tough with the computer. I can sit like this if you want.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
What's up, brother?
We've got a big show. We're going to push through it, Jimbo. Even though we're basically just going on zero sleep, we're just pumping out content for these people. Week 8 review, DOS. We've got the Shelf of Shame. We've got Playoff Lock. We've got all trades we want to see before the
deadline is.
Are they want to see or realistic trades?
Well, we'll figure that out as the segment goes on, I guess. Outback Quarterback Podcast. Let's go, Jim. Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Outback Quarterback Podcast. We are here in Muscle Catch Studios. It's a great time to be alive. It's always good when the boys are here. I'm Kurt. We've got Dos, our QB1. We've got Hawley, our QB2. We've got Jimbo over there, producer Jim, who's plugging away, working his magic. You're looking dashing again today. Dos, in your red JJ Watt Texans gear there?
Yeah, well, I've been telling Nug for a couple of weeks that I'd have the Texans jersey on, and I've decided that this was appropriate. So
4-star captain, look at that.
Yeah, captain JJ Watt. So this is also for my boys Nick Schwager and James Royal, who cover the Texans.
Oh yeah,
in the States. So do a great job, both of them, and on their socials, go follow them for any Texans content. But
Or us,
I got the JJ
us.
Watt. Well, us for all NFL content, but if you're specific Texans fan,
big Schwags.
yeah, they're good. Yeah. So JJ Watt. Bit of a homage to Myles Garrett's game yesterday as well, because not really sort of seen a performance like that since JJ Watt.
Yeah, we'll cover that. We'll cover that later on. Hawley, you're crossing your threads as normal. You've got the Patriots shirt. You've got the Kansas City hat. Just a complete mess. Sorry, I don't mean appearance-wise. I just mean theme-wise. You look great.
I looked at myself in the vision and thought I looked like a complete mess.
Oh, really?
So that was the closest hat, because the Washington one was too far back and my back's a bit sore after coming up the driveway.
Oh, that reminds me.
Oh, yeah,
it happened last week.
Lawsuit
James.
incoming.
Oh, where's the GoPro? Is the GoPro still plugged in? We want it on your face, Jim. You tell the people what happened, please.
Oh, just a casual tumble down the driveway.
It happened.
He fell.
He's inexperienced. We've
Yeah,
been joking about it for weeks.
This is rookie season. These are the mistakes that you allow for in your rookie
Like
season.
a good running back, I ran my route, took a cut because I forgot my backpack, and then feet slipped straight out from under me in the wet.
I think he ran the wrong play. He came back. Oh my gosh, it was a disaster.
You cannot cut on that driveway.
You can't cut on the driveway.
Not in the
times,
wet
and
either.
certainly
It
not
was
in
pouring
the
with
wet.
rain last
It
week.
was boring, and I watched him run, and I thought, poor boy's going to learn a lesson. Sure enough, he came back and he was soaked. He was absolutely drenched down one side of him. His jeans were covered. You're all good, mate? You're all good, mate?
Yeah.
That's good.
You'll get the papers soon.
Okay, sorry. I'm glad it's James, because one of you boys would have sued me. So I could trust on him not to. All right. Whew. I cannot believe this finally happened. And it was the newbie, not one of us, after 2 years of doing it here.
We're too careful, mate.
Speaking of... no, that's not a good segue. I was going to say, speaking of careful, it doesn't even make sense. We're drinking 4 Bros coffee, Dos.
We
You've
are.
got you
Thank
happy?
you for making one for me this morning.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Is it good?
It is not a bad little brew
Yeah.
this morning that you've done. I mean, the
Thanks,
coffee's good.
Yeah.
Person making
The
it's
baristas,
questionable, but
leave some wanting.
very good.
I've got one as well. Code Outback for 15% off. Hawley, that mug's not empty. You got a nice mug of water there in your 4 Bros. 4 Bros cup. Go on, show the people. I didn't want you to be left out. You've complained. Don't spill that, please. There we go. Look at that. Hey, just
Cheers.
on brand.
Cheers, Dos.
Oh yeah, cheers. Cheers to a good show. Now, had so I got my batch of Four Brothers coffee that you gave me last week, Kurt, and then Saturday afternoon was watching a bit of NBA League Pass.
Yep.
Season started only
Was that the game that was rigged or the one that wasn't rigged?
Well, there's one I don't believe was rigged.
Okay, sweet.
Not that I've seen. I was flicking
checking.
between about 6 games in the late slate, and I just felt a little caffeine hit. So brewed up, put it in the fridge, a little iced latte.
Oh, Dos,
So just,
wow.
sat there on the Saturday afternoon.
Gee, he's a man of style these days.
Sipping away on the little iced latte.
What
Hawley.
point
It was
did
very
you
good.
fit in your little Rebel Sport visit?
Oh, that was Sunday.
That was Sunday.
We have to talk about this. Look, it's extraordinary behaviour. This is the worst acting I've ever seen in my life.
These ones.
Hey, TikTok loved it. TikTok, the 2 videos I've done at Rebel Sport on TikTok are our 2 highest views.
What did we get on the
There
tip?
you go.
The first one's up to 10,000 views, and
Yeah.
the second one, this one is just going like this. It's up to about 7,000.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But so you'll definitely not
happy
see a
with it?
JJ Watt or a Texans jersey in Rebel Sport.
No, that's true. Not much niche stuff.
niche. You can't even get a Packers jersey at the moment. Where's a Drake May jersey, Hawley?
Well, that's a fair point. Drake's the next Tom, so it'll be there soon.
Where's a Drake May jersey?
It'll be there
Just
soon.
the lack of Rebel Sport. If you need help on what to stock for NFL for the hundreds of thousands of NFL fans in Australia, we can help you.
I got
This
no
is
part
not-
in this.
We can help you.
He's moonlighting.
Sponsor us, Rebel.
Well, Hawley and I will help
Still
you.
waiting for my hat.
Well, you've got a hat. Wait, what hat? What hat do you want?
Remember last week I asked for a hat sponsor?
Oh, yeah.
Personal branding.
That's right. Did we put that on the socials, Jim, at his request?
Oh, we'll get it in the ticket.
Well,
Hold on. Hold on.
Oh, boy.
Hold on.
There is one on the way.
No way!
Yes, there is. I think it was shipped on Friday, Dos.
I believe so. Late last week, I got
Who's that?
I got the
I'm
postage
not sure. Dos
notification.
just sent me the tracking number, and
It's a surprise.
Have you organised a sponsor?
I haven't. I got approached
I was
to
offered.
say. So one of our listeners who will
Jeez,
reveal
times are changing on this show,
will
aren't they?
reveal next week when the package arrives for Hawley.
If it's Quag at Niche Kitchens, it
I
doesn't
can
count.
confirm that it is not Quag at Niche Kitchens.
He did just put my cabinetry in my cellar, though. Very, very good job.
He does. He is a good craftsman, isn't he?
Yes.
Niche Kitchens.
He's very good.
But Niche Kitchens don't sponsor the show, but I tell you who else does. Coast and Smoke rubs. I've been using them lately, Dos. I know you have. We've got the Kansas City cook-up. Boys, we need to talk about that date, actually. We'll talk off air. In the next couple of weeks, we need to get this cook-up done. 10% off using the code OUTBACK for Coast and Smoke. Of course, a Suburban Brew. We do the Muscle Cat Sports Show out of there every Thursday. Make sure you head along. See the boys at Glynde and Goodwood. It's a great establishment. And of course, another thing we need to figure out is that episode in the back of a Kia Tasman at Wayne Phyllis Kia, because they've got their demo sale across the range. Dos, have you cleared it with your employer yet?
I have not yet.
Come on, mate. You got to clear it.
It's still work in progress.
Got to clear it.
That is still work in
Or
progress.
Dos might have to go blurred face.
Yeah.
That's a good way of doing it. Yeah.
The mystery host.
Mystery host. Or we
Paper
can have
bag.
James. We can have James in the tray of the Tasman, and he's got an earpiece, and you're just feeding him info.
Yeah, we can do that.
For the first time, James sounds like he knows what he's talking about. But that's Wayne Phyllis Kia. We will be doing an episode from there leading up to Christmas, so we can't wait. Good people, and they really do support the show. So go and check out the Kia Tasman. It's a beast of a car.
We also thought about doing, because with the success of the Muscle Cat Sports Show YouTube Live, of doing an Outback Quarterback Live episode watch along to a game.
Yeah.
When the Saturday games or Saturday games in the US, Sunday morning it would be here.
Around Christmas time.
Yeah,
I think we
when
will
they start,
definitely
once college football finishes.
We'll definitely do that, Jim.
100%. Yep.
Yeah, we're on. We're also we might do a bit of Ashes stuff if you guys are keen for the Muscle Cat Sports
yeah.
channel as well.
Hey,
Maybe the
yes.
first session of the first test.
Is that
we can do it.
rugby or cricket? Kurt?
Oh yeah, the rugby league Ashes. That's
I'll be at the
confusing.
pub.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Lockley's.
All right. No more sponsors, please. Don't plug anywhere else. Do we want to talk about Jerry Rice, James?
Jerry Rice,
Yeah.
the famous NFL player that I definitely know from NFL.
Oh no! Who did you say he was?
The greatest wide receiver of all time.
He's
So
a chef.
I forget how the reference came in.
well, we've got Jerry Rivera, who we were going to have last week, but I stuffed up the time, so we've got Jerry this week. That'll come out as an extra episode soon. Free Broncos. We'll be talking Denver, and we got him on after the show. We're going to record this, and then as it came
Oh,
up,
that's right.
Jimbo just made a reference. Oh, the old Jerry Rice, right? Jerry Rivera, Jerry Rice. And I said, oh, you do know a player. He goes, yeah, he was on How I Met Your Mother. I was like, wait. Is that the only way you know who Jerry Rice is? And he said, yes. And then you looked it up and he wasn't even on
He
it.
wasn't.
No, he was on.
Was it Seinfeld?
No. Jerry Rice was on.
He was on one of the sitcoms, wasn't he?
Yeah, it's killing me now. Rules of engagement.
That's right. Rules of engagement.
And David Spade, who is on the show, is basically like scared he's going to get his ass kicked.
Yeah,
Go on, I love rules of engagement.
it's a cracker.
Is that Ritter? No, who's the main
Can't
guy?
be that much of a
No,
crack.
it's,
I didn't even know what the show was.
Putty from Seinfeld. And now I'm thinking,
Kronk.
I'm forgetting his name. That is killing me.
Did you used to watch
Patrick Warburton.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Pat
Okay.
Warburton.
Yeah.
That's Putty, is it?
Hilarious, yes.
Well, you
He's
would have
so
been
good.
an 8 Simple Rules for Dating My Teenage Daughter fan.
Oh, that's a classic.
The first season of that with John Ritter is brilliant. Yeah. I love
Paulie
sitcoms.
has never been more tuned out of a segment.
But Paulie's a sitcom guy
Started
too.
watching Friends. I might be interested, but
Are you a Friends guy?
we watch Friends a lot.
All right. Well, this is the
the
one where we
family.
talk NFL football, so we'll be back like that. Smooth. Game reviews in a tick. All right, boyos. We've been doing our. Do you like that?
Boyos.
That was funny.
Reacted
I thought
straight
it was
away.
all right.
Yeah, thanks. Game reviews. All right, no brainers we've been doing. We've got buys. Cardinals are on bye at 2-5. Lions 5-2. Jags. They don't need their records. Jags, Raiders, Rams, Seahawks. No brainers. Not as no brainery as we thought, boys. Every week we've been trying to pick 4 that we thought these should be clear, simple wins for a certain team. But we didn't get them all right this week. Let's start with. I'll get that music pumping, Jimbo. The Dolphins and the Falcons. Now, this is the first.
Was Atlanta one of our no-brainers?
Well, of course it was. It was Miami away.
I didn't realize. That's so bad.
The Dolphins won 34-10 in Atlanta. All the talk is about Mike McDaniel getting sacked when the Dolphins inevitably lose. I had a short on YouTube go crazy with all the Miami fans watching it going, yeah, get rid of him. But Kirk Cousins was in for Michael Penix, and they absolutely, whatted the bed.
Stunk.
They couldn't stop to it.
Miami run D just stood up.
And check it out. Check out the new graphic that Jimbo's put up. No brainer pick. A big red X next to the Falcons. So 0-1 there.
Nice one.
I
Jimbo.
can't work out this Atlanta team. They lose to Carolina 30-0. They beat Buffalo at home and then just get walked over by Miami, who have looked like one of the worst teams in football, and Tua. Like, if you had no context before this game and watched Tua yesterday,
Best in the league.
you would think he was awesome. He was just ripping the ball everywhere.
Last week he said he was too short to play quarterback, and this week he's thrown 4 TDs and gone 20 of 26.
Well, he went 3 interceptions last week and no scores, and
'Cause
he
he can't
completely
see his own
reversed it.
receivers.
That's right. We must have grown. Maybe he's running
Even Zach
platforms.
Wilson was 1 of 1, fellas.
Who does he play for now? Oh, Miami.
Miami.
Yeah, that's
Zach
right.
Wilson came
Got
in.
him. I've still got that signature Zach Wilson card. Has that added any value? the 1 of 1?
Not just yet.
That still holds its value, I think.
Oh, yeah. $200 well spent. Another one we got wrong was the Jets. Speaking of Zach Wilson, the Jets at the Bengals. Now, what the heck happened here? The Jets won 39-38. They'd scored a total of 17 points for the last 2 weeks at home, and then they just go and pile on 23 points in the last quarter at Cincinnati, led by Joe Flacco, those Bengals, of course. It was a rampage for the Jets. And the bitter twist for the Bengals, not only did they lose this, the Jets' first win of the year, it wasn't even Justin Fields who threw the winning touchdown. It was running back Breece Hall.
That's right.
And he should not have thrown that. Like, he was under pressure. He pump faked. He was
That was
getting
a good
chased.
throw.
Yeah, I know. But
Actually,
how
perfect.
the heck that
How's
turned out, I don't
Jamar
know.
Chase has had 42 targets in 2 weeks?
Has he
42.
really?
Just keep feeding him.
Come on.
But the next closest, Noah Fant had 3. Chase Brown and Noah Fant had 3 this week. Jamar Chase had 19.
If Noah Fant ever retires inside a podcast, he should call it Noah Fants with Noah Fant, as in like no offense. And he takes like has like edgy takes and tries to really rile up
Yeah,
people.
maybe.
Noah Fants.
Maybe.
Oh, do you like that?
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Yeah, you
Did
didn't like it.
Joke of the week.
Joke of the week coming up.
Joke of the week will be better than
It's
that.
not
It
quite
wasn't a
joke
joke,
of
it
the
was
week.
wordplay. All right.
okay.
Dos, what do you got, mate?
I
You love the Jets.
I love the Jets. I cannot with this Bengals defense. Like, oh, it's so bad to watch.
Shelf of shame coming right up.
Like, I just, yeah, they're straight on it. I've had enough of them.
Did
All
we
right.
have
I
Buffalo
really
to
have.
beat Carolina?
No, we didn't. We'll get to that soon. But we did have the Bucks to beat the Saints. Thank goodness. 23
gosh for
to
that.
3. We got one right. Boy, was this an ugly game, fellas. The Bucks had
yeah.
212 yards of total offense. They only scored 1 offensive touchdown, and that was a 1-yard run. And then the Saints benched Rattler and Shuck came on. It was basically the exact same result. 1 interception each. Didn't look any better, I don't think, with Shuck on. But
No.
that is what it is. And we also got the Titans and the Colts right. The Colts 38-14. They're 7-1. The Titans are 1-7. And boys, isn't it great to see Daniel Jones benched because he's now a superstar who gets protected in the fourth quarter when they're blowing out other teams.
Yeah,
Hasn't that changed?
It's ridiculous. Every week it's the same story, isn't it? I think, honestly, they're getting better.
They are getting better.
This is the thing you can bank on in a pick'em league that for Outback quarterback. Colts minus what, it doesn't matter. This was 14.5 in this game. It's a lock.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter with the Colts.
Jonathan Taylor becomes the first guy in history to have 3 games in a row with 3 touchdowns. No.
I thought I saw LaDainian Tomlinson and Marshall Falk also.
No, the
He
record.
becomes
The
the
record.
third guy in history to have
The record
Chris
was
Holmes, your boy,
The record
Marty.
was supposed to be 3 rushing TDs against the same team 3 times in a row.
Oh, damn.
But he had the little. It was a receiving. It
forget
was a
it.
catch because he just shoveled it to him.
Well, he's playing well. Can we all agree?
Mate, he's had 10 TDs in 4 weeks.
We have to
He's the
revisit that.
7th guy in history to have 10 TDs.
We have
in
to
4 weeks.
revisit my gutsy call for Jonathan Taylor, I think.
Oh yeah, must scale it up a little. Jimbo, get our completion percentage up for our
Here we go.
no-brainers. This is our tally. 5 of 8. We're sitting at 63%
Jeez,
completion.
I like the graphics.
It's good, isn't it?
All right, so are we doing them now? Or are we doing gonna?
No, we'll do that
address
when
them
we preview
after?
the rest of the
Okay.
show. These are the ones we should have no-brained, boys, and it's easy in hindsight. The Chargers 37 at the Vikings 10. A very shaky 1-3 stretch that included a 2-point win over Miami as their only win, but they smashed them. 419 yards, the Chargers, 164 the Vikings. Herbert, 3 touchdowns. Run game was good with Kamani Vidal, although they do still need a running back, I think, but he had 100 yards. And the defensive line caused Carson Wentz all sorts of problems. So big win for the Chargers.
You don't really expect the Vikings to have 37 points hung on them on defense, given the way how they've been tracking with Brian Flores there. But I tell you what, the MVP of this team is Joe Alt Hawley. Undefeated when Joe Alt plays this season, the Chargers 4-0.
He
Good
can play.
record.
The
He
boy
can play.
Can play. The Bills 40. We should have no-brained this, really. I don't know why we backed out of this because there was no Bryce Young.
Yeah.
40-9, the Bills won it.
Did we know that Bryce was out at this stage?
I think it was questionable. But
Yeah.
gone are the days where it's an upgrade bringing in Dalton for Young. It's
And
the other way around
I think
now.
that's why we didn't. I remember
Yeah.
now that because there were 2 QBs that were questionable, so we stayed away from those games.
That's true. That is true. James Cook went crazy, 216 yards, 2 touchdowns. Another one. Now, this is one we really... Well, yeah, the signs were there. The Eagles 38 over the Giants 20. These are the reasons we should have locked it. Confidence-sapping loss for the Giants last week against the Broncos. The Eagles were finally getting their passing game going last week. Saquon against the Giants, inevitable that he was going to go off in Philly. And then it was a tidy game from Hurts, 179 yards, 4 TDs. A lot can change. The reason we didn't lock it is because 2 weeks ago, literally 2 weeks ago, the Giants beat the Eagles. But
Yeah.
That's probably a fair
When they
way-
couldn't do anything on
fair
Thursday
reason.
night football, right?
but a lot changes in 2 weeks.
Eagles most yards per play in a game since 2013.
There you
In
go.
this,
For them,
yeah,
or for the league?
for them.
Yep.
For them. Jalen Hurts back under center instead of the shotgun in this game a lot more. Landon Dickerson back on the offensive line. That strengthened the interior. And no surprise that the run game was strong with a full complement on the offensive line, right? Tank Bigsby traded a few weeks ago from Jacksonville.
Bigleton.
Had a very good game. And I think Eagles fans now,
Look at
Yeah.
that. 2 running backs over 100.
yeah, either have 275 rushing yards or something in this game. So going at about 8.5, was it 8.5 yards a
8.5
carry,
carry,
Hawley, or
yeah.
something thereabouts?
How's that Giants offense I was raving on about?
The Giants,
Giants
defense.
defense,
Yeah, but
yeah.
the Giants, their run defense is awful, though, and it has been all season, to be fair. Saquon pulled up, though, in this game with a groin or a
Groin.
hamstring.
Questionable.
He said he's not worried about it. That was the quote post
Yeah,
game.
but when you sort of pull up the way he did like that, it's not. I mean, that generally means you're probably not going to play the next week. So, but look, if you're a Philly fan, you're wrapped with the last couple of weeks
oh yeah.
because you're starting to look like the team that you did last season.
Well, that's why we had Ibs call the Muscle Cat Sports
Yeah.
Show live phone in last night, and he was raving about his Eagles, and fair enough because they are back on. A few other games. These fall into none of the no-brainer categories because you can't predict this. The Ravens 30 beat the Bears 16, and at the start of the year, if we said that, it would be, of course the Ravens beat the Bears, but we know
At home.
Lamar wasn't back. Tyler Huntley, when did he rejoin the
Snoop
Ravens? This is his
Huntley.
third stint. It's his third stint there. It was bizarre. It's a horror drop for the Bears after a 4-game win streak. There's no excuse to be losing this when you're not playing against Lamar Jackson. No excuse.
No, I agree. And now the Ravens are only 2 games back from the AFC North after Pittsburgh and Cincinnati both drop. And you've got Lamar Jackson returning this week on TNF against Miami.
So the Ravens season's alive.
Well, the Ravens are going to play the Steelers twice. They still haven't played each other yet. And the last game of the season, they do play each other.
Oh, my gosh.
Baltimore are coming.
They're coming.
They're coming.
They are coming. Speaking of teams that are coming, the Broncos 44.
Sorry.
That's classic Womack.
Kimbo, come on, mate.
Come on.
Pathetic. Broncos 44 defeated the Cowboys 24. Broncos are 6-2, boys. But same old issue that keeps popping up for the Cowboys. They can't defend. They just can't. And on days when the offense is not firing like this one, Dak probably had his worst game of the year.
Oh, by mile.
Mate, Joe Milton threw a dime for a TD,
He
though.
did too.
It was a great
Yeah,
catch.
back end.
Calling for a quarterback swap already, are you?
Real
One
junk,
week?
real
No,
junk time.
I'm big on Dak. Dak's having one of his best years,
Yeah, I mean, and
but not this week.
yeah,
unfortunately.
no, it wasn't. But you can't have 17 up weeks. The Broncos did pretty much what they wanted on offense all day. 4 touchdowns for Nix. Dobbins, another 100. Rookie RJ Harvey had a couple of touchdowns. 3 TDs, actually.
3 TDs.
Yeah, that's
Troy
good.
Franklin had 2. He's starting to really develop. Pat Bryant had his first, and it was a great catch for his first, the rookie wide receiver. Starting to click now, Denver. After that last quarter wake-up call, they clicked it against the Giants, and now, I mean, they were a different team this week.
Oh, as you
Four
said,
quarters.
they could do anything they wanted on offense yesterday. And what I liked was that Bo Nix threw a bad interception early in the game, well behind his
It was
receiver.
a terrible throw.
That was a horrible throw over the middle. But then, you know what? To his credit, he came back and just let it rip the rest of the game. And he was pretty much flawless after that.
Doesn't lack confidence, Nix.
No. So, great performance. And again, the Denver defense controlled and stifled the Dallas offense, which has been pretty hot this season. And this is the type of game that we expect from Denver. Efficient on offense and a defense that's able to stifle the best, one of the better offenses in the NFL, certainly one of the highest powered offenses in the NFL. And they've put it in a great position now at 6-2.
Yeah, it's a good season there, and they've
Yeah.
got a good platform.
Yeah.
Very good platform. Speaking of teams that are starting to get it together a little, and I know you want to talk about this quickly, Dos. The Packers defeated the Steelers 35-25 on Sunday Night Football. 21 consecutive fourth quarter points for the Packers. It was a come from behind victory. 360-yard, 3-touchdown day from Jordan Love. Monster day from Tucker Kraft as well. Hasn't he come along? 143 yards and 2 touchdowns for the tight end. But you put it on our socials, Dos. It's the day the torch was passed from Aaron Rodgers to Jordan Love.
Yeah. and
Coronation Day.
It was Coronation Day, Hawley. And look, the first half, the offense was sputtering a bit, and there was 2 missed field goals. They were down, was it 16-7? Kurt, I don't have the scores. Do you? Yeah,
can find it for
16-7.
you.
I think
Yeah.
you got it there, Hawley. And it didn't look great. But to Jordan Love's credit, I thought overall it was his best game as a Packer. And I know they had the playoff win down in Dallas, but that game they very
Which
much...
you were at swimming or the dentist?
That was Dentist.
Yep.
They led but they led that whole game, and they also had some defensive points put on the board as well. So, but you know, for him to come out after halftime trailing and 20 straight completions in a row, which has not been done for a Packer since Brett Favre, was unreal. The second half, Green Bay drives touchdown, 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 field goal, end of game. So
Efficient.
yeah, and on the defensive side of the ball, held the Steelers to 1 of 10 on third down. Micah Parsons was excellent again in this game, getting consistently double teamed, but was still able to get a lot of pressure on Aaron Rodgers. Rashawn Gary was really good in the safety, pairing Xavier McKinney and Evan Williams was awesome. And I got a new nickname for Tucker Kraft Yak and Cheese.
Yeah, yak is yards after carry, Jimbo, just so you know.
Ah,
Yep,
okay.
yep.
Well,
makes
that's
sense.
what probably got the Packers going though. In the third quarter, Love just
You like it? Come on.
Love just threw it up to nobody, and no one could see where the ball was. And Kraft just goes, "Oh, there it is," grabs it, and then looks around. No one's there, so he just starts running, and that ends up being a 60-yard completion. If that doesn't come off, if that's a fourth down, they punt it away, and the game probably just goes on how it was going, and Pittsburgh win. That there was, I thought when I was watching it, that was quite a turning point in the game.
The game changer.
That was. And I mean, the Steelers' offense has its limitations. I mean, outside of the Roman Wilson sort of chunk play early on in the game, and then there was a couple of Jalen Warren, catch and receives or catch and runs in the flat. There wasn't too much going on with this Steelers offense yesterday.
Before I forget, Jimbo, can you please look up the Steelers uniform from yesterday? Just look up. Yeah, I think it'll come up if you just type Steelers uniform, because we've had some feedback about that being the worst kit ever thrown out on
The 1930 Pirates uniform.
But look at it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm all for something different, and I love a throwback, but that's ugloid. Is that bad, Holly? What do you think? You're a kit guy.
It, personally.
It's interesting. I'm sure if they wore it every week, we'd get used to it, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure whether or not we want to get used to it.
What did you say it was, Dos? What's the?
It goes back to the 30s when they were the Pirates.
Oh, not the creamy pirates. It's
No,
the Bucks.
not the creamy Pirates.
Creamy Pirates.
Jimbo, hey, creamy pirates.
Yo, creamy fire.
All right, we've got one more thing on the Packers. Rashawn Gary is 4th in the league in sacks. Micah Parsons is 5th. So those two are coming together very, very nicely, as you said, Dos. We've got the Commanders and the Chiefs on Monday Night Football tonight, and we've got a couple of deep dive games later on. Hawley can't wait to watch his
Chiefs
Chiefs.
by how many,
Chiefs.
Kurt?
Chiefs by 11.
With no Jaden Daniels, obviously, in this game.
Chiefs by 21.
Oh, okay.
Chiefs by 31. Nah, 11. 11 points. It'll be a nice, comfortable win. Hopefully. We'll be back in just a sec. All right, boyos. Trade deadline is coming up. Tuesday, 4th of
trades.
November, at 1 p.m. US time.
Yep.
But for South Australian time, that's 7:30 a.m. on Wednesday the 5th. So early Wednesday morning next week. Let's talk some realistic trades that we think might happen or want to happen.
They are realistic.
Well, he said that in the thread. Have you thrown
So
this
I
off?
can't
Have you?
trade Chase and Jefferson to the Pats.
Well, you can, but you've got to send back 40 first-round draft picks.
Done. That's fine.
And a lot of salary.
And the rights on the father-son pathway for Tom Brady's kids.
No, I have got a receiver going to the Pats.
All right, let's do that. Let's
Go
start
for
there.
it.
Yeah.
Jerry Jeudy.
I think you were going to
So-
say Jerry Rice.
Okay.
Jerry Rice. Jerry Jeudy,
Yeah.
he had 1,229 yards last year, 4 TDs. Through 8 games this year, 257 yards without a TD. So he's not being used. They're into their second quarterback in Cleveland, probably looking at potentially playing Sanders. Well, the rumor is the last month will be Sanders' month, whether or not that's true or not, but that's 3 QBs in the year.
Is he not being used, or can they just not get it to him?
Well, I guess that's both, isn't it?
Yeah, they might
I
be
mean, he was
trying.
shut down by Gonzalez on the weekend. I don't even know if he had a reception.
Yep.
Christian's obviously a very good player, but 257 through 8 games is. I think he's had 2 games over 50 yards, and they were low 50s. So coming off a 1,200 yard season last year, that can help the Pats. Like obviously, they'd love to have another gun receiver, someone who's just come off 1,200 yards, a potential playmaker. I think it can only help that receiving core.
I like that.
And
like that.
I don't think he's going to be that expensive with how he's gone this year.
Yeah, yeah. Doesn't seem like the easiest locker room presence, Jerry.
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I don't know
couple
him
of
personally
little things.
yet.
Oh, don't you?
No.
You get
No.
to know him, I'm sure.
It was career highs last year for Jerry Jeudy. Like,
Yeah, he had a very good year.
yeah, it was handy. I mean, this year, yeah, 54 targets so far on the year, and only the 22 receptions. So
A lot of it's been Harold Fannin and Big Dave.
Yeah.
That's where they've been thrown
The
to.
David
I guess
Njoku.
and I guess that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
Flacco didn't have a great start, and now with Dylan Gabriel, he's looking for his biggest target because they're his safest targets, and he's got 2 of them. So
Yeah.
that's where he goes.
Fannin does look nice. I'll go a wide receiver as well. I've got the Buffalo Bills in need of a wide receiver because the past game's not on fire. Yes, they had a big win, 40-9 over the Panthers, but Josh Allen, he's had 12 touchdowns in the last 7 games. The last 4 weeks, he's 7-4, 7 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Yards per game, receivers, their biggest receiver is Khalil Shakir. I'm not talking about tight ends. I'm just going wide receivers. Shakir is their most prolific, and he's getting 44 yards per game. That's it. Coleman and Palmer are 39 yards per game. So they don't have a dominant wide receiver yet again this year. And outside of week 1, where he threw 394 yards, he's averaging 194 yards passing, Josh Allen, this year, which you'd have to say, on balance, week 1 is an outlier. And this is not the Josh Allen passing year we're used to seeing. So I think they need a target. I think it's been floated. Chris Olave is potentially on the move from the Saints. Now, they need to pay a lot to get him. The Saints don't want to move him because he's a gun. But imagine Chris Olave being thrown to by Josh Allen.
He probably becomes wide receiver 1, 2, or 3 in the league.
Oh,
Like the usage,
wow.
the usage he will get from Josh Allen will be
He'll
10
use him.
to 13 targets a week.
It elevates both of their games.
Oh, yeah.
I
He's
think
100
that'd be
yards a week.
a great fit. If they can't get Olave, which might be a tough task, Jacoby Myers wants to get on
That's
the move
probably
from the
a more
Raiders.
realistic
It's
one,
definitely
yeah.
more realistic. Obviously not as exciting, but still, I think Allen to Myers would be a nice combo.
Yeah, they've tried. I mean, they tried last year with Amari Cooper, was it? The trade deadline that sort of didn't really take off, and it's always hard as a wide receiver getting traded. We don't generally see. I mean, we've seen it with DeAndre Hopkins. You can go back and have a look at Devontae Adams. Like receivers traded at the deadline. It's hard coming into a new team, a new offense, a new scheme. You generally don't see the benefits of it.
On paper, it looks fantastic.
On paper, and we'll talk about it, and and things will happen, and you get excited, but it just hasn't panned out in recent times, and for a lot of those reasons. Like,
do you think maybe a wide
Don't
receiver,
worry about it then.
a wide receiver one would be different because the offense is more built around that player? So if Chris Olave went to the Bills, it says, okay, now we're making sure we can fit Chris Olave in. We're going to put you here because we know that you're the target.
I mean, that was the case with Adams to the Jets, but also you can't use the Jets.
That was a tough example.
You can't use the Jets as a normal example. Yeah. Anyway, I'd be going hard if I was the Bills, but I'd certainly take your point, Dos. What's your first trade?
I've got Miami trading Jalen Phillips.
Yeah, I had that too. Where's he going?
Same. That's what I
think he could end up.
No, of course, I got all offense. Man.
No. Well, I thought Hawley would go offense, so I go a couple of defensive players. Two locations potentially for him in the NFC. Philadelphia is one.
Can I guess?
Go
49ers.
No, I had the Detroit Lions to go on the other side of Aiden Hutchinson because the Lions are a little thin on the pass rush with injuries, and I think he'd be excellent on the other side of the defensive line. First round pick in 2021. His first 2 seasons in the league were really good. His last 2 seasons cut short from, I think he had definitely an Achilles in there and an ACL, I think, as well. But he's 26 years old and he's a free agent at the end of this season. So if you're Miami, you want to try and trade him. And if you're not planning on extending him, which doesn't look like it, otherwise he'll walk in the off season. Leads the Dolphins with 22 pressures, 18.2% pass rush win rate, which I love. And that's the best mark of his career from a pressure perspective. So, and starting pass rushers in the NFL are a premium. They're hard to come by. They're what you want. Every team wants them. And why I think the Eagles could be in that market, Vic Fangio, Eagles defensive coordinator, was also DC in Miami with Jalen Phillips there. And then the other third option, I did make a note here, 49ers as cover for the remainder of the season after obviously losing Nick Bosa, and he would go opposite side to Michael Williams, a very young defensive line, which we'll talk about later with the 49ers. So that's my move for Miami because I really think that they're in the sellers game and trying to build some draft capital over the next 2 seasons.
What's he worth then?
Not much.
He's not worth much. So would he fit in at Dallas then?
Third? Fourth?
I reckon you'd be, because you're going to have to, if you're one of these teams trading for him, you're probably going to have to extend him or give him a contract extension for him to want to accept to go there.
And he won't be cheap.
No. So, it won't be ridiculous. He's not going to be top end money, put it that way. So I think it's probably, somewhere in the realm of a 4th round pick.
Yep.
That maybe a late 3rd, depending on where he goes.
I had him going to the 49ers for the reasons you said, the cover. But there's also another name that might be on the move from Miami. That's Bradley Chubb.
Chubb's
has been
the other
floated
one.
as well. So it depends how much of a fire sale they're having. Complicated by having a win on the weekend. It's always, all these, we'll get to Shelf of Shame in a sec. That's been majorly complicated by some of these results. It's going to be tough. But I did... Oh, Hawley, why don't you do your second one and then I've got one more.
Yes. All right, I have another wide receiver and his name is AJ Brown. You know where he's going? Back to the Titans.
Okay,
because who needs an elite target in this league more than Cam Ward at the moment?
He needs a play caller. He needs an O-line. He needs everything.
Anything on that offense. So you might as well take AJ Brown and throw him back to Tennessee and say, look, mate, finish up where you started, big fella. We don't need you anymore. He's 29 June.
Who's saying that? The Eagles?
Everyone. We're just like, just go. He's 29.
Look, he looks concerned already in that first photo.
The middle of next year, he's 29. So I don't know what he's got left in him this year.
He's playing around. He's just got a hamstring at the moment.
Well, that's what I mean. How bad the hamstring's going to end up.
He'll be all right.
Hang on. Go back, Jimbo. The US Sun, 7 stars tipped to be traded in major deals, including AJ Brown. Where are they saying? Where's the US Sun saying that he's
Please
going?
tell me the
US
the
Sun.
Titans. He can't possibly.
I didn't know there was even actual talk. I mean, I made the
Oh
gutsy
yeah,
call.
no, there has been.
Well, because remember my gutsy call for the start of this month was that he would be traded. I thought that died off because he got that they started throwing the ball to him, so he's fine.
Well, I think I would be stunned if he was traded.
I would be stunned now.
They're not looking to move Brown. Well, they always say that kind of rubbish.
Yeah, that's right.
Anyway, he ends up there. He's got 2 or 3 pretty good years left in him, I think.
Yeah.
And Cam Ward, in 2 or 3 years, he should be at that stage of being a very good quarterback as well. So
Competent quarterback.
I love that we're waiting until AJ Brown's 32 before he can start playing with an okay quarterback. in
That's
Kansas.
about when Tennessee usually recruit their wide receivers, though. Once
That's
they're
right.
over 30. So
Jimbo, I have a technical issue here. I'm running very low on laptop juice. Can I please have a charger while? Well, I'll go through my last trade and then we'll get that going. Because I have a few teams, boys, that are desperate for a running back, and there's probably more than this. But the Chargers, although Vidal had a good game and has shown a few signs, I think the Chargers with Hampton and Harris out, they need something.
Yep.
The Chiefs, we know that they haven't had a good running back. Really, they haven't had a dominant running back since what? Kareem Hunt? Is that version 1? Am I missing someone there?
Jamal Charles, Priest Holmes.
Yeah.
Well,
We're going back a long way there. The Texans as well, they desperately need an upgrade. They got Nick Chubb, and if this was 5 years ago, they got the best running back in the league, but Nick Chubb, after having literally a car crash on the field, he won't get back to the same levels that he's at, try as he might. The rest of their room is Woody Marks and Damian Pierce. So one of the most bizarre cases, Damian Pierce.
He's
actually
doing
playing
punt
well.
return. He's on special teams, Damian Pierce.
Yeah, I mean, how he had his first year was extraordinary, and then it's turned into this. But all 3 of those teams need a running back.
who would the Chargers take just a 1-year rental?
Well, it depends if Brees Hall's a 1-year rental.
Well, I
Foley?
thought about the Chargers and putting Brees. I thought about sending Brees Hall to the Chargers, but then is there any point in having Brees Hall and Hampton next year? And if Vidal sticks around and he's a good running back, like Hampton, Vidal is probably a good enough 1-2, and obviously. Harris, I suppose after this, Harris is probably gone after the year.
Well, he was only on a 1 year. He's only on a 1 year.
He's probably out. But is there any point in having Brees Hall and Hampton on the books? Because Brees is going to want a decent deal now.
Yeah,
He's going to want. He wants to be paid.
I think you can, Hawley, because you've got
Do
Hampton
both.
on a rookie contract.
And then once Hampton's rookie contract's up, Brees is gone and Hampton takes over.
Yeah.
It'd be a good room.
Oh, it'd be a very nice room.
Yeah.
I think maybe the Texans are more in dire need. I think that's a
I
real
would
area of
like to have
concern.
seen Kamara move. I know he's come out and said that he doesn't want to, and if he is traded, he just won't go. But he'd be 30 or 31, I think.
30, I
I
think.
think he's 30.
I think he's got enough juice left in him to help a team get there.
I think so. In the right offense,
It's not going to, he was
does.
really good at the end of last year, but the Saints just have nothing to offer. He's running the ball 5 to 10 times a week because the Saints they're not in a position to ever run the ball.
Loyal though, I respect it.
Yeah, well, I suppose he's got a family and he's everything.
Well, that's the other
so
thing.
what's the point?
Do you want to up? Yeah, you got to.
Yeah.
Those are the things that we don't, sort of talk about as much when you've been with a team for a long time, as Kamara has, to then uproot your life and your family and relocate for probably only a year or 2.
It's a business though, isn't it? It's not up to him.
Yeah, well, it's like we had the Justin Fields thing this week where he admitted that he was crying in the closet this week
Post game,
yeah, and it makes you think about how you, as people who cover the game, how you talk about players and teams. But anyway, we've got Shelf of Shame coming up in a couple of segments time. We've got deeper game reviews before we do that, though. Do we have any more trades?
Well, I got one more.
Oh, you got one more, Dos. Sorry.
So I've got, because the Dallas secondary is absolutely awful, and it's another fire sale out of Miami. Minka Fitzpatrick
Yeah, he's come back and he's going. I heard that.
to Dallas because the Cowboys are allowing 8.1 yards per attempt, which is the second highest in the league. And if you look at Dallas, I think you could get a day 2 pick, or sorry, Miami, a day 2 pick for Minka Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, I think so.
So he's one of the better safeties in the league. He's actually had a pretty reasonable season. Then you could look to extend him for a further 2 years, and then you're starting to build a little bit more in that Dallas secondary long term. Now, I think this is more of an impact than trading for Jonathan Mingo at the trade deadline last year, the wide receiver,
They made
which
their
was
move.
Jerry's move. And he said, and Jerry's come out and said post game against Denver, we're one defensive player away. Minka Fitzpatrick could be that one player.
You had one, Jess.
Had one.
You did
What
have one.
about Myles
He's got
Garrett?
Kenny Clark.
Is there much point in Cleveland keeping Myles Garrett at the moment?
Well, he didn't. He wanted to go in the off season.
Yeah.
And they paid him, and then
So
It's such a waste. But we'll get to that because we're
Anyway.
going through the Cleveland game
Of
against the
course.
Pats here in just a second. Deeper game reviews coming up. All right, the Pats defeated the Browns 32-13. The Pats are 6-2, the Browns are 2-6, and Myles Garrett had 5 sacks. That's what we've been talking about all game. It's only the all episode, I should say. It's only the 20th time in NFL history that someone has had 5 or more sacks in a game. And before that, the teams with the players who had 5 or more sacks in a game had a record of 16-3. They're now 16-4 because the Pats smacked the Browns, and this was the biggest loss by far of a team who has had a player
was
with
the
5 sacks.
Khalil Mack against the Raiders the last one? For the Chargers?
No, they won that game.
Okay.
They won that game.
Oh, sorry. Yes, they
but
did
there
win
was
that
the
game.
Raiders and the Chargers in the 80s. They had it. The Chiefs in 1990, they lost to Seattle by a point, and Derek Thomas for the Chiefs had 7 sacks, which still stands as the record.
That's still the record,
It's
isn't
the
it?
standalone
Yeah.
record, and they lost by a point. They
Yeah.
lost by a point.
It's a remarkable effort,
but yeah,
isn't it?
not since 1990 has a team had a player with 5 sacks or more and lost.
Yeah.
The Lions, I did a reel on it last year. This is from memory. Hutch had 4.5 sacks and they
Yeah.
lost. That was early in the year. Oh, of course it was because he had his broken leg. But yeah, it's just another one for the record books for the Browns.
what do you think of
That was
Miles?
a Tampa game, I think, wasn't it?
There's
Anyway.
that photo of him sitting at one end of the bench,
On
and
his-
there's no one within like 40 meters of him. And it's like okay, you feel sorry for him. He's doing everything he can, but also it's like go and sit with your teammates at least. Go and socialize and be with the guys. I know you're disappointed, but don't sit there like I'm too good for you guys. Help me out. Everyone feels sorry for me. I'm Myles Garrett.
We know you're different because we can see it on the stat sheet and on the field.
Yeah, you're unbelievable. You're an unbelievable player, but at least go and say, hey, get around the boys because they're going to look at you and think, he doesn't want to be with us. He doesn't like us. You know, those little things.
That's
run
why I
through
sit
your
over here.
He just might have just been taking a bit of time to reflect, Hawley. Maybe
Okay, do a post-game, mate.
locker room.
Sit with the boys.
head.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
It
But
wasn't
look,
that long after the game, was it?
we're going to talk Pats.
Sure.
We're going to talk Pats
Yes,
because
let's
they're
talk
a
New England.
real team. And Hawley, we'll review our October gutsy calls next week.
Oh, yes.
But I mean, yours has come true. Yours has come true. They've won every game. They did beat the Bills. Did they beat? No, did they play the Bills?
Yes.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
beat
beat the
the
Bills at
first
week
one
1.
on
That's
the
right.
road.
And now they're going to be top of the AFC East come the end of the month.
Look,
It's extraordinary.
I am excited. I am wary because we are playing well, but I have to be real. Okay, we can only beat who we are playing against. And the Pats games, from a neutral point of view, the Pats won, but they beat they beat Miami, the Panthers, Bills, Saints, Titans, and now the Browns. Like the Bills was a great win.
Yeah.
And I don't think at the start of the year, no one expected us to beat the Bills. No one really expected anyone to beat the Bills, and we beat them. And whether or not the Bills,
We beat them.
yeah, in his Chiefs hat.
That is Pat's
whether
team.
or not the Bills are everything we thought they'd be at the moment, they did just come out and roll the Panthers pretty easily, but they are the Panthers. But other than the Bills, Miami, no good. Panthers, struggling. Saints, terrible. Titans, terrible. Browns,
Yep.
pretty poor.
Yep.
So we haven't played anyone and beaten them who are world beaters just yet.
Mhm.
But at the same time, we're 6-2. You can only beat who you can play against, and we're going to be sitting top of the division. We're going really, really well, Curtis.
Should have beaten the Steelers if not been for about 5 turnovers in that game too.
Probably should have beaten the Steelers.
A couple of fumbles on the goal
The
line.
offense seems to be rolling, apart from a couple of. I think Henderson had his first ever career fumble loss on the weekend, college, high school, and NFL.
Okay.
So there's that to look at. But other than that, there isn't too much that's going wrong.
No,
Not at all.
it's the league's been put on notice. Doss, is this a serious playoff team?
The Patriots will make the playoffs. Absolutely.
Yeah, but when I say serious, I know they'll make it. Will they do damage, or is this it's an inexperienced playoff team, so
Well-
give them some time?
Oh, well, we said that about you. Could have said that about Washington going in last season, and then Jaden Daniels goes on the road and wins 2 playoff games in Tampa and then in Detroit, right?
Yep.
So,
Great point, actually.
and what I loved about this game is, and we've spoken about Myles Garrett, but Drake May, rough interception early, threw it straight to Carson Schlesinger, Schlesinger, I should say.
Schlesinger.
Yeah, he's had a very good season, by the way,
Yeah.
for the Browns. He's a nice player. They drafted in the second round. But to bounce back after that, getting sacked by Myles Garrett, and
Yeah.
you could forgive Drake May in this game, Hawley, if you've got Myles Garrett coming at you every play. Because the Patriots' offensive line didn't have a great game. He wasn't phased at all. He wasn't rushed. There was no deer in the headlights moments for Drake May. He was just ripping the ball down the field. The 40-yard touchdown to Kayshon Boutte was an incredible throw. And when he needs to as well, he can do these 25-yard scrambles. And he can do it a couple of times a game, which is huge for his game.
That was...
But just those get-out-of-trouble moments.
You look at a lot of pre-season Drake May talk, and the talk was that they were going to try to involve him in the run game a lot more because he's been able to do it. And obviously those scrambles or design runs are really working.
Jimbo, did you know there was a player with the name Booty?
I did. He's up there in my player names.
He's your number one.
We've got some good player names. Now, since that first game versus the Raiders, which are still, you're going to look back and that's going to be one that, how did the Patriots lose that game? Just that week one, mess that happens sometimes, upsets. Drake May, passer rating over 100 and 200 passing yards 7 weeks in a row since that. In NFL history, only 5 other quarterbacks have done that. Rodgers has done it twice. Brady's done it. Mahomes has done it. Peyton Manning's done it. And what did they do in all those seasons?
Won the Super Bowl.
Won the MVP.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, still good.
So Drake May, he's now third. If you look at Vegas odds for MVP conversation, Baker didn't have a great game on the weekend. But all in all, the skilled players are improved. And, this is, and it's not an offensive unit that's filled with superstars. Like, let's be honest, we've spoken about that, the pass catcher room, Stephon Diggs, Kayshon Boutte, Matt Collins, Hunter Henry, but it's working. And the offensive line isn't great, and Drake May's still finding a way to work through that as well. So, and credit to Josh McDaniels. From a play calling perspective, he's having a really good season. He's bounced back after the turmoil out of the Raiders. And I wasn't sure how it would go this season, given the limited skilled position, restriction in the skilled position players that they have in terms of talent. But they're playing well.
They are
good. Yeah, and every other fan in the league is going, man, those Patriots have found their future quarterback again.
Yes, they have. It didn't take long. Well, it took a while, but still, when they had the success that they had, even 30 years would have been too soon for the rest of the league. All right, let's have a look at the other game we wanted to speak about. That's the 49ers and the Texans, because there weren't many close, thrilling games this week, but it was an interesting week in its own way. The Texans 26, the 49ers 15. The Texans have won 3 out of their last 4 now, and the 49ers achieved a very strange feat, boys. They dropped from 1st to 3rd in their division when they were the only ones to play in their division this week. Everyone else was on bye. They had the same record. They're all 5-2. Well, the top 3 teams anyway. Them, the Seahawks, and the Rams. And then they dropped to 5-3, which puts them below the others on win percentage.
Got a message from Skip straight after the game saying Seahawks now top of the division. Thank you, San Francisco.
Did not have to
do
play.
A thing.
But the Texans beat the 49ers in pretty much every area.
Yeah.
41 minutes of possession to 18. They controlled it. The 49ers couldn't get them off the field. They couldn't get the defense off the field.
24 and a half minutes to 4.5 minutes time of possession at the half time.
Yeah. It was extraordinary. It's one of the more lopsided games in that regard that I've seen.
Yeah.
And obviously they were losing. They were 0-3 to start the season, and we were talking about how things weren't clicking. But Stroud and co are finding their groove now. And this is the Texans we expected in year 3 or 4.
It was the offense that wasn't clicking because the defense had still only allowed 14 points to the Rams, 20 points to the Bucks, and 17 to the Jags. And the defense they've only allowed more than 20 points once this year, and that's to the Seahawks. That's a 27-19 loss to the Seahawks.
And they still had, they still forced 4 turnovers in that game
Correct.
as well.
So this offense is starting to roll now. 26 points against the Titans, 44 against the Ravens, 26 against the Niners. If they can start to put up 3-4 TDs and a field goal or 2 each week, the defense will hold up, and there's no reason to say that the Texans can't make a really good run they're not going to win the AFC South, but they could easily come second with a pretty positive record.
Yeah. I'll ask the same question, Dos, and I know it's a harder one to answer about the Texans now, but is this a playoff team? Do you expect them to make playoffs?
It's a playoff defense.
Yes.
Definitely a playoff defense.
No, I do. And CJ Stroud, after that disaster in Seattle on Monday Night Football on offense, which we recorded last episode before that game, horrible play calling, turnovers. Kaylee had a bad game from that perspective. But this was, and to your point earlier, Kurt, their most complete game of the season. They dominated the line of scrimmage, which is not something we've said about the Houston O-line for quite a while. And CJ Stroud, Hawley, it looked like the shackles were off yesterday against the 49ers. He looked confident. He was ripping the ball down the field. His first 300-yard passing game since the Bills, which was almost 12 months ago last year. That was one where Sean McDermott botched up the play calling at the end of that game.
Oh, that's right.
And it's no Nico Collins in this game either. You know, it's Hutchinson, it's Jalen Knoll, it's Jaden Higgins. So Dalton Schultz, and the defensive line, they gave Stroud time in the pocket, you know, and the run game also benefited from that yesterday. 31 yards they had against the Seahawks on the run, 157 yesterday with Marks and Chubb, and they didn't need to punt until the fourth quarter of this game. And defensively, you know, Hawley went through the points against before. They just dominated the offensive O-line for the 49ers. I thought they might have had a few more sacks. I thought Anderson and Hunter might have feasted a little bit more than what they did. But they completely shut down Christian McCaffrey and, you know, the run game.
Oh, what a turnaround from last week.
You know, he'd been on a heater this season, and outside of probably one impact play, that was it.
Yep.
And the defensive backs that we've come to love, Kamari Lassiter, crucial interception at a big moment in this game late. Derek Stingley had another very good game. Kalen Bullock's continuing to develop. So, you know, defensively, very good team, and great to see that their offense had their best game for, as I said, probably 12 months, if we're honest.
Looking ahead at the schedule, they actually still play the Colts twice.
They do, yeah.
So that they're 4 games back from the Colts, but they've got a game in hand because they've had a bye. But if they beat the Colts twice, then they'll actually get some.
That's true.
They get them pretty close to where they need to be.
That's a big if, though.
It's a massive.
You know what I've loved about the Colts is that everybody was frustrated with the Adonai Mitchell game, the loss to the Rams at SoFi that they should have won, and they could be 8-0. But outside of that, they've learned their lessons and they've put games away.
Yeah.
You know, this is very easily a season where you could have, being a team that hasn't been winning much lately, you could have dropped a few more and be 5-3, and then a couple of bad weeks now and you're 500.
And everyone's still happy at 5-3 because you're the Colts and Daniel Jones is a QB.
Yeah, but that's right. But they are ramming at home and they're doing it. They're doing it well. So that makes it harder for the Texans.
So looking at Houston, 3 of their next 4 are at home. So Broncos home, Jags home, obviously Tennessee away, which they should handle, and then the Bills at home, Colts away coming into December, and then Chiefs away. So, but then there's a few layup games. You know, then they've still got the Cardinals and Raiders at home. So there's a lot of wins there on the table for a team that we spoke about a few episodes ago that probably gave away a couple of wins early in the season. So, no, I'm liking where the Texans are heading at the moment.
Very good. All right, boys. That's our deeper game reviews. We've got a segment we love, the Shelf of Shame and Playoff Lock rolled into one, coming up in just a sec. All right, Hawley, assume the position. This is your role now. We send him behind the couch for the Shelf of Shame, but we also do the Playoff Lock while that's happening. Now, fellas, the Bills we locked early, and they're not top of the AFC East anymore. So
no, but they'll be fine.
They'll be fine. We then locked. Who did we lock after that? The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're 6-2. They will win the NFC South. We know that. So that's fine.
By default now.
The Lions as well. We locked them last week. Did we do it last week? No.
No, 2 weeks ago we did.
So we have to lock 2 teams today. We have to lock 2 teams for the playoffs this far out. The Lions actually aren't top of the NFC North either.
Well, hey, I said that at the time, but you all scoffed at me and said, "Oh, yeah, Green Bay, no good." So,
that's true. We did do that.
Yeah, whatever.
All right. Well, we need 2 teams. We haven't locked the Philadelphia Eagles, which now seems crazy. The fact that they're 6-2.
Yeah, I think we locked them.
We locked the Eagles.
So have we locked the Bucks?
Yep.
Yeah.
We locked the Bucks. We locked the Bills, the Bucks, and the Lions. Are we all in agreement that we just go straight for the Eagles now?
Yeah, I'm happy with the Eagles.
Yeah,
Okay.
they'll win the NFC.
They're miles ahead.
Now let's look at the AFC because we've only locked one division there. We haven't locked the Colts yet. We have to now. 7-1. We just got to do it.
They will make the playoffs.
Yeah. Yep.
Done.
Easy.
All right. Big Red wrote in and said, you guys have to hurry the heck up with Playoff Lock. Make a decision. Show some cojones. And there you go, Big Red. All for you, mate. All right. Shelf of Shame. Now, let's set the scene. Who have we got on the shelf? We got the Jets, Titans, Browns, Dolphins, Saints, Ravens. Don't move them yet, Hawley.
And a cricket ball.
And a cricket ball. Yeah, that was from the sports show, just really setting the vibe. Now, we'll start with the Jets, 1 and 7.
Bit of net usage.
Yeah, I
on
wonder
that.
what you took. Under fives.
Under 15s.
Under 15s.
Rough season.
Gotcha.
Rolled for 11 in our first innings.
What was that ball? 1 for 40 off 8? Like what?
What's this trophy down here, by the way?
Shane Galaboff smacked it 197 using that ball against us. That trophy was Umpire of the Year, Central District Junior Football League 2004.
There you go. The Bulldogs.
Yeah, local
I told you it was umpiring.
There you go.
I thought maybe it was Rosewater Bulldogs, but
I thought the umpires had called themselves the Bulldogs to really jazz it up.
that's a good one. That's a real good one.
Very good. The Jets. Yeah, we put them on at 0 and 6. They lost to the Panthers in London. Then they beat the Bengals. Yeah, they've got a win, but they're staying
They're still
on.
there.
No,
They're
that's
staying
staying.
on. The Titans, we put them on at 1 and 5. They are 1 and
still
7.
there, mate.
They're
Yep.
still there. The Browns, we put them on at 1 and 5. They smacked the Dolphins 31-6 last week. Then they lost to the Pats despite Garrett having 5 sacks.
They're staying there.
Ollie?
I don't think we moved the Browns.
Agreed. The Dolphins on at 1 and 5, smashed by the Browns, then smacked the
Really
Falcons.
uncomfortable down here. You've got a lot of shit here.
It is a mess behind the
see
couch.
how I have to kneel.
You know, I thought I might tidy it up. Nah, I'll leave it. I'll leave it. What do we do with the Dolphins? They're not off
I
from
don't know,
their...
but I'm about to do a groin.
Are they off? Are they off from their win against the Falcons? It was a big win, but I don't think they're off the shelf.
No,
I don't think they're off
I'm not
yet.
having them off yet.
Okay, Saints, they're now 1 and 7. We keep them on, obviously. The Ravens, this is a tricky one. We put them on at 1 and 5, and since then, they've had the bye and they beat the Bears without Lamar.
That's as good as you
They've
can ask
done
for.
as much as they can do,
Yeah,
but,
so
they're
they're
still,
off.
but they're still 2 and 5.
They're off.
Nah, they're building.
Okay. Respect to the Baltimore Ravens. They're off the shelf of shame. The Bengals, we put them on at 2 and 4. They beat the Steelers on TNF, and then they lost to the Jets. That's what sullied it. They were making their way completely off the shelf, and then they blew it in the last quarter.
They were gone, weren't they?
Yeah. Dos,
No, they're staying.
they're staying. You can't lose that.
Bengals are staying. I tell you what, the Titans are going to collect a lot of dust. They're going to be there for a while on the shelf of shame.
The
So
whole
will
thing's
the
going to be full of
Saints.
dust. That's
It's
right.
going to be, yeah.
The last ones that are on there currently that we need to talk about, well, not really. The Cardinals were 2 and 4. They lost to the Packers in a close one, admittedly, and then they had the bye, but nothing's
They
changed.
always lose close ones. I think
True.
they're the lowest point differential of, what have they lost? Like 4 games or
Oh,
5
really?
games under a total combined margin of about 17 points or something.
There you go. They're the opposite Vikings
Yeah.
from last year or 2 years
Crazy.
ago. Candidates to put on. I've got 3 teams that we need to talk about. The first one, the Raiders. They were 2 and 4 when we kept them off. In hindsight, silly. Lost 31-0 to the Chiefs there on the shelf. There we go. The Giants, on and off the shelf this year, they were 2 and 4. Then the terrible fourth quarter loss to the Broncos. Then beaten by the Eagles. They have to go on.
Oh,
They have to go on.
Scatterbo.
Scat, the marble
Scat.
man.
Scat man.
Frack,
Can we leave him off
ankle.
until next time in honour of Scat?
Put them on,
Come
mate.
on, please.
Nah, Giants are going on. Big Blues.
That was a
on now.
shocking ankle.
Where are
dislocation,
they?
By the way, that was terrible.
Oh, there they are.
Yep, they're on.
Finally, New York had something to cheer about. And
Yep.
Scat goes and breaks his leg.
Did you see Jackson Dart's reaction?
He was upset.
He was
I
very
didn't see
upset.
it, but I know they headbutted each other on the stretcher.
Really?
Yeah, they went up to each other and went,
Man, that's tough. Remember when Baker took off his helmet and was headbutting guys?
Baker is king.
Was that when he was at LA or Carolina? That was in the wild phase of his career. He sort of reined it in.
Was it after the Raiders when he beat the Raiders on TNF?
Oh, maybe
after
it
getting
was.
Flown
He
in
was
for
pumped.
that game. He'd been there for a day. Learnt the play calls from McVay on the plane
that's
flight
right.
over.
He did too, didn't he?
So good, so good. Now this is a really weird team we need to assess for the shelf of shame. Weirdest year ever. The Falcons. Let me run through what they've done. They're 3 and 4. They lost to the Bucks by 3. They smashed the Vikings in Minnesota. They were shut out by Carolina 30-0. Then they beat the Commanders and the Bills. Then they lost to the 49ers and was just smashed by the Dolphins at home, who were 1 and 6. What do we do with that?
I don't actually mind having him up there.
Shelf. I want him on.
'Cause
Why?
it's-
that is inexcusable to lose to Miami
He's
after
right.
the week.
Done.
The shelf's getting busy over
Miami
there.
were
There's a lot on
the
the shelf.
Dolphins were on their knees. Like they were cooked.
I know, they were.
And you let them put 34 points on you. They
But
couldn't
they're
do
3 and
anything.
4, okay? When they play well, they play well. But when they're bad, they're so bad.
Yeah.
And that's why they're up there. If they'd lost a couple of close ones and they're 3 and 4, it's fine. They're not there yet.
If you shut down the Atlanta run game, I mean, Cousins he couldn't make a
It
throw.
was
yesterday.
also Kirk.
I mean, Penix hasn't.
Kirk, you said. He said Kurt. It's not my
No,
fault.
he said Kirk.
Kirk.
Okay. So how many teams have we got on the shelf?
Jeez, we got 2, 4, 6. We got 10 up there.
That's a lot.
We got
That's
a
fair.
third. We got a third of the league on the shelf of shame.
That's fair.
No wonder players are crying in their closets post game. Look at what we're doing to them, poor buggers. Any other candidates?
No, I think that's it for now.
No, that's probably enough. Okay. You know what, boys? Big news. We were going to interview Jerry Rivera from Free
Pushing
Broncos
it back again?
separately. No. He's on now. We're going to roll him into the show.
Let's go.
Oh,
Yeah.
sugar.
Do you,
Here
if
we
you
go.
want to
Yeah, I'll give you the
pull him up,
assist.
Jimbo, and we'll talk some Denver Broncos. This is the first time we've done it with this new format, bringing in a guest. Well, it's a pre-recorded show, but it's a live guest for all intents and purposes for us. Whilst Jerry is arriving on screen, let's just have a quick look, Dos, at the Broncos season so far, because they're an intriguing team. We had worries early when they were 1-2. They've gone on to win 5 in a row. And they are really clicking now. It's an interesting AFC West. We've got the Chiefs in there who we know are building. We've got the Chargers who are hard to predict as well. One week they look very good. The next week they look pretty ordinary. So your 30-second thoughts on the Broncos before we get Jerry's expert opinion.
Well, the offense is starting to click now, which is what we were hoping to see. It was my concern coming into the season, offensively, how they were going to perform. Because defense, I had no issues. I thought on paper coming into the season, this was the best looking defense in the NFL. And we've seen enough that they're right up there. And that's going to continue to carry them for the remainder of the season. So here we go. More importantly,
Absolutely.
we've got Jerry.
Jerry Rivera from the Free Broncos page on Instagram. Good following, good man. I mean, Dos, you guys have been speaking constantly. I want to ask Jerry, firstly, thank you for joining the show. But secondly, how often does Dos message you?
Oh man, I chat with Dos pretty often. Honestly, good guy. Honestly, knows ball for sure. No, yeah, we chat pretty often. I would say it's kind of hard to gauge.
How often does he double text you? That's the real question.
Why double text him?
Well, there we go. That's why these two get along.
That's
That
right.
makes
That's
sense.
right. Now, you're a Broncos man. That's a cool setup you got there. How long have you been covering the Broncos on Insta? And if you're anywhere else on the internet, please let us know so our followers can follow you.
Absolutely. I'm only on TikTok, small following on YouTube, Instagram Threads. That's pretty much it. Honestly, I've only been really covering the Broncos since March, honestly. It hasn't been very long. I took over a page. There was Broncos Avenue. I'm not too sure if you guys are familiar with them. And he kind of sold the page. Kind of gave me a good deal, not going to lie to you. And I'm not going to lie to you, I've made the most out of it. I felt like really giving it my all, honestly, man.
Good stuff. Well, you do cover it very well. We want to know your thoughts because I was just saying to Dos, you would have heard it. We were shaky on the Broncos. Everybody was early because we came in with so much confidence and they went 1-2 and we thought this is not the Bo Nix offense that we saw last year. All of a sudden, 5 wins in a row, the comeback against the Giants last week, which was a heart stopper for you guys, no doubt. What's the feeling amongst the Broncos faithful? Is this a year where it can click and go deep?
Genuinely, I feel like we can go deep this year. It's starting to click on all engines now. Firing all cylinders. I will say though, at the beginning of the year, it was looking a bit bleak. If I'm honest with you, a lot of people were doubting Bo Nix, Sean Payton, the draft picks. To be frank, I felt like I made a video at one point. And I was like, hey guys, it's the beginning of the season. Offenses usually take a little bit of time for them to, I guess, to start clicking and whatnot.
Yep.
Defense is pretty easy, reactionary position, you know. So it was one of those things where it was very bleak. Throughout the weeks, you know, we've just been, you know, gaining confidence, and Broncos country's fired up right now. I really feel like we can go far this year. I really think the AFC West is wide open. It's anybody's to take this year, honestly.
Dos, you've got some thoughts on the Broncos and a couple of the key pieces in there that you rave on about week after week. Go on, have a diatribe with Jerry.
The key pieces I raved. Well, I mean, the offensive line, like last year it was very healthy and they were very good, and they gave Bo Nix a lot of time in pass protection. And this season, again, whilst that hasn't been 100% healthy, they are still playing on a very good level. Jerry, I think you'd agree. And, you know, Quinn Meinerz, his game on the weekend, I mean, the RJ Harvey first touchdown of the game, Meinerz just cleared out like 2 guys on that block and just paved the way for RJ Harvey. J.K. Dobbins is healthy and playing consistent football and also benefiting off that offensive line too. So from your perspective, how have you felt the run game has gone this season? Because last year it was a struggle and this year it's just starting to click now.
I'll be honest with you. I think the key difference is here because a lot of people are wondering, especially with Javonte doing so well in Dallas.
Yeah.
What's wrong last year? What's going well this year? To be honest, I think it was a scheme fit. Javonte is a hit the hole, one cut hole, hit the hole hard type of running back. I'm not saying that RJ Harvey or J.K. Dobbins can't do that either, but I would say they're a little more patient. J.K. likes to sit behind the blockers, wait for blocks to develop. And we're running more of a zone running scheme, So it's one of those things where it's just a better scheme fit. We're letting plays develop, and the O-line has had more time to gel. So I think there's more continuity in what its assignments are and getting to the plays,
We've got Chris Hall here, who is the number one J.K. Dobbins fan on earth. So he's been riding the Broncos wave. But talking about the draft class, RJ Harvey, Pat Bryant's a running back and wide receiver. Doss, in the Texans gear there, was pretty high on them. I was a little more hesitant. Hawley, what was your thought on Harvey and Bryant, the draft picks?
I think a running back was probably needed.
Yeah.
Obviously, I've been massive on J.K. Dobbins, but
There you go.
he has
Told
been
you.
he's been injury prone. There's no word of a lie. Like last year, he had a decent season, but he still missed a chunk through injuries. If he was fit all year this year, then maybe they didn't need a second RB, but the fact of the matter is he doesn't usually last a season. So the RJ Harvey fit, it was probably a needed draft pick. And then Pat Bryant as well. Cortland Sutton obviously had a good year last year, but I don't think there's really been anyone else in that wide receiver room that has come on. So Pat Bryant was probably one that they needed to look at as well. I don't know if you agree with that or not, but yeah, I think the offense is working now, and these guys kind of complement it quite well.
Well, I bring it up, Jerry, because they have started to click. And the game on the weekend, we saw Bryant's first touchdown. We saw Harvey have 3 from scrimmage. So were they picks you felt good about at the time, and have they slotted in the way you thought they would?
Generally, I was pretty big on both of them coming into the draft. I thought RJ, so I like to do a lot of draft research myself. I dropped a few mock drafts on my page earlier in the year. And generally, I thought they were both. I'll be honest, I wasn't too aware of Pat Bryant, but I saw the film. Saw he was a key blocker on a lot of plays, even in Syracuse, and I thought, he's gonna fit well with Sean Payton. He's gonna see the field because of that. RJ Harvey looked like a dog since college, so I kind of knew he would be good. Mainly though, I wasn't. Obviously rookies take a little bit of time for them to come for most rookies take a little bit of time to mature in the field and whatnot. So I felt like, they're coming together all once. Their confidence is going to keep growing, but I thought they would both be pretty good and contributors at some point in the season. So I was happy with both those picks, honestly.
But the most important pick, I thought, and the one that I loved, was Jahdae Barron in the first round. As soon as that pick happened, I texted a few of our Denver fans, Jerry, and said, no fly zone 2.0, because he was coming in with Pat Surtain and Riley Moss, with Hufanga coming in at safety, who they signed in the offseason as an absolute wrecking ball. And we spoke last year a lot about this Denver defense, Kurt. Zach Allen was signed to an extension in the offseason. Jonathan Cooper had a really good season. Alex Singleton probably had his best game of the season against Dallas. So I just love watching. And Nick Bonito, who, I thought coming into the season was Defensive Player of the Year candidate. Underappreciated nationally, I feel. Jerry, Nick Bonito, what's your thoughts?
Nick Bonito's still disrespected pretty nationally, I feel like. You still see comment sections across the NFL fan pages and whatnot. Who's Nick Bonito?
Yeah.
Bonito? And
Casuals.
yes. It's one of those. Jonathan Cooper too, also pretty disrespected. He's up there in the sack race as well. I think they're definitely top 5 in terms of sacks right now. Obviously, it remains to be seen if they can keep up that sort of production. But I mean, we're pretty hobbled in the defense. We've been, there's some guys who've been hurt here and there, but I think we have a lot of depth in that rotation. So either way, I don't think we're going to miss a step. So as long as those guys stay healthy, I don't see a reason for them for their production to dip in any way, honestly.
Before we let you go, Jerry, and I know you're biased and you have every right to be, what's the prediction for the Broncos? How deep do they go this year?
Oh man, I don't want to jinx it.
Don't make a call then. Don't do it.
6 and
I
11.
just hope they make the playoffs. Well,
What was that? Sorry.
I just hope they make the playoffs and they do well.
Oh, they'll make the playoffs.
Yeah.
We've said it here. That's not even a gutsy call. We do gutsy calls on this show, and that's not a gutsy one. They will be there come playoff time. Jerry Rivera from Free Broncos. Make sure you follow him on Instagram and on all the platforms. He's a good man. Thank you very much for your time, Jerry. Appreciate it, mate.
Let's have a good
See
one.
you,
All right?
Jerry.
Thanks, Jerry.
All right, boys. We've got our no-brainers, our preview, our Week 9 preview coming up in just a second. So let's get some right this week, shall we? We'll be back in a tick. All right, this is the way we like to finish the show. Oh, well, there's one other way we finish the show.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Is it a long show today, Jimbo? Are we?
It's just running at 110.
It's all right, but we had a guest. That's special.
That's it.
No one needs to get anywhere. No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got a 2-hour drive to work.
Okay, well let's do this nice and
Let's
quickly.
go.
Let's get the games up for week 9 on the screen. We know the drill. We pick 4 no-brainers, games that should be easy to pick. All right, let's start with. Well, this is not easy. TNF. What a stinker on TNF. And if they lost last week, it would have been even worse, Dos. But Ravens at Dolphins, I don't think we can pick that.
Down in Miami.
I think
Or can we
just
pick it with
put
Lamar?
it in our back pocket.
Okay,
Yeah, if we can't find 4 that we really like, then this might be an option.
it's a BP. It's a BP for an NB. 49ers at Giants. That's not a no-brainer either.
I also have this as a back pocket.
Okay, Chargers at Titans. Is that a back pocket or is that a
I've got
no-brainer?
Chargers as a no-brainer.
Dos,
I'm happy with the Chargers.
done.
Yeah.
Vikings at Lions.
Lions, lock it.
Yeah?
Vikings up.
Oh, good. Yeah,
That's at
Wentz.
Ford Field.
Okay, lock that.
Well, no, JJ McCarthy should be back for this game.
Oh, really?
I'm still
still
locking
pretty
the
confident.
Lions.
All right, let's
Undefeated at home.
Let's just see what else there is.
let's back pocket that, Jimbo. The Lions. Falcons at Patriots. That's not. Is it? No, they're too unpredictable.
There's
the Falcons,
there's
right?
a lot of like $1.50 to $1.60 games.
This is very
which is
difficult.
difficult.
Colts at Steelers. That is not. Even though the Colts are going well.
No.
Broncos at Texans. That's not. Bears at Bengals. That's
No.
not because we know the Bears can capitulate. Panthers at Packers. Dalton or Young playing, boys?
No, Dalton's
Dalton will
playing.
play.
Packers. Lock the Packers.
Yeah, I think Packers probably win.
Okay,
Is that
Packers.
in Green Bay, that game?
Yep.
It is in Green Bay.
Rams, Saints. Rams win.
Rams is a
We
no-brainer.
got 3. We've locked 3.
Yep, Packers and Rams are no-brainers. Jags at Raiders, that is not. Chiefs at Bills, what a game.
Awesome
That's
game.
Cool.
late window on Monday.
Upper Orchard Park.
Sunday Night Football, Seahawks at Commanders, that is not. And then Cowboys, Cardinals for Monday Night Football. All right, so what were our back
we
pockets?
need one back pocket.
Go, scroll up, Jimbo. Our back pockets were up.
Ravens.
Dolphins, Ravens was one.
We had the Lions.
Nah, the Lions are going to win. They
Oh,
will beat
you
the
know, I'll back
Vikings
Dos
at
in.
home.
All right.
Because otherwise, he'll complain if it doesn't.
And we have
if it
ignored him
doesn't
a
work.
bit lately, and
We
we've
have.
been wrong every
Not
time.
surprised.
We've been wrong every time.
Well, here we go.
Surprise.
News just in. Vikings Carson Wentz to have season-ending shoulder surgery.
Oh, my gosh.
So who starts
who's
for
next,
the
Brett?
Well,
Vikings?
Jake McCarthy's back this week.
Oh, he's back.
Okay.
And then it's
Oh, the young fella.
Brommer? Is it Brommer?
Brosma, Max Brosma.
Brosma.
Yeah. Okay.
Jared
So
Holt's own.
who are our no-brainers this week, Jimbo?
So far we've got Chargers, Packers, Rams.
So Chargers over Titans, Packers over who are they playing?
Carolina at home.
Carolina.
Rams,
Rams
Saints,
over Saints,
Mhm.
and Lions over.
Vikings.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
There are no-brainers. Very good. Now this is the real way that we end the show, Hawley.
Okay. Don't look, Dos. Okay.
He's actually got it on a. he
Yeah,
hasn't-
I saw
he's
this
got
one.
it off a website.
I'm
and
actually a little
put
bit
it
nervous because I'm
into
excited. I
Word.
hope
Did you
guys
copy
like
and
it.
paste this one? Wow.
What do women say to men with big wieners?
Don't know.
You don't know? Didn't think you guys
Oh,
would.
damn it! I fell for it.
He even said, I don't know.
I know.
Oh, that's a classic. I cannot
No,
believe I
no.
fell for that.
That was the best one yet, wasn't it?
Damn it.
That better have worked, Jimbo.
Well, that worked.
Recording cut
Cut
out.
it. Cut it. Oh, I mean, edgy, but good.
Pat myself on the back for that.
That's a good one.
Well, all right, Dos, you wanted to say something before we left.
So if you've made it to the end of this video, obviously like and subscribe on YouTube.
Yeah.
But just put a comment, maybe with a little football emoji, like, you know, the emojis,
yeah.
little football
Oh, yeah.
comment that you've made it to the end of this
Oh, yeah,
episode.
just see
like
how
it.
many
Like
actually.
that little Easter egg.
Well,
Yeah.
most would because they want to listen to the joke, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what the data says.
Yeah.
There might be a suspicious falling off around that time this week.
before.
But on that note, Dos, we had the most people watching in a long time last week. We had almost 280 people watch the show, and we had obviously our big regular audience listening as well. So we're gathering some momentum on YouTube. It's one of our biggest episodes last week. I think the only one we've ever had more was the NFL mock draft for this year, which of course we will do next April as well, and that'll be bigger and better than ever with James's production behind it. So we're getting there. If you haven't checked out the YouTube yet, please do. Thank you to everybody who is here. Thank you to everybody who listens. Hit subscribe, tell your friends, all that sort of stuff. We'll be back in a week's time, and don't forget, every Monday night is the live Muscle Cat Sports Show. Look up Muscle Cat Sports on YouTube. Thank you, Dos.
You're welcome, Kurt.
Thank you, Hawley. And thank you, producer Jim. Another fine effort from you today.
No worries.
All right, we'll be back next week. Enjoy the NFL.